Okay. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the 38th Annual Essex Memorial Day Parade and Pre-Parade Program. We are your hosts, Marcus Serta and Elaine Haney. Thank you all for coming out this morning on this rainy day. It's going to be a fun time, and we're all going to have a blast. And we're all going to honor a lot of really amazing people who really just gave it their all. Go ahead, Elaine.
So to start things off, we're going to welcome Father Charlie Ranges from the Essex Catholic community, who will be offering the prayer of invocation. Father?
Let us pray. O God of mercy and memory, on this rainy morning beneath Vermont's green hills and open sky, we gather as one community, neighbors, families, veterans, and friends, to honor the men and women who laid down their lives for our nation. We thank you for their courage, their self-giving love, and the freedoms their sacrifice protects. May their names be spoken, their stories retold, their legacy shine brighter than the flags that wave above us. Comfort those who still carry the ache of loss, parents who miss a child, partners who grieve an empty seat, children who grow up guided by memories and photographs. Wrap them in your steadfast peace, in the arms of a grateful people. Grant wisdom and compassion to those who now wear the uniform, to leaders who sent them, to all of us who shape the peace they pledge to defend. Make us worthy stewards of these liberties entrusted to our care. As spring scent the fairground air, turn our sorrow into resolve, to build a nation where justice flourishes, where the weak are protected, where differences are bridged by mutual respect. Bless Essex, bless Vermont, bless these United States, and bless all who strive for freedom around the world. May we leave this place committed to deeds of service, hearts full of gratitude, and lives that honor the fallen by living for others. Amen.
Thank you, Father. And now the placing of the wreaths by Essex Junction Lions Club members Linda and Tom Stone.
To honor America, please rise for the singing of our national anthem by Gary Morrow.
Oh, say, can you see by the wonderly light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Gary. At this time, we would like to recognize and honor our 3 parade grand marshals. They were nominated by members of the community and have a long history of serving both our country and our community.
First, we would like to recognize Chief Master Sergeant John Brownell. John, would you please come forward? Chief Master Sergeant John Brownell is the youngest of 8 children, moved with his family to Vermont when he was in the 3rd grade. When he was a junior in high school, he joined the Army National Guard. He had 2 older brothers who were already in the service. For 10 years, he served as a tank mechanic for M60s and M1 Abrams. He graduated from Vermont Technical College in 1999 and took a job at IBM, which brought him to Chittenden County. In 2001, after September 11th, John wanted to do something, so he joined the Air National Guard. He would spend the next 22 years in logistics, eventually becoming the Chief Enlisted Manager of the 158th Fighter Wings Logistic Readiness Squadron. During his time with the Air Guard, he was deployed in 2004 to the Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar to work in logistics. He worked for IBM until 2015 and then became full-time with the Guard. In 2019, John led preparations for the conversion of the F-16 to the F-35 at Burlington's Air National Guard Base. He retired from the Air Guard in 2023. Since 2021, John has worked for Lockheed Martin, the contractor that supports the F-35s. He serves as the site manager at the Burlington Air National Guard. Today, he is working with Barnes Air Force Base in Massachusetts, helping them for the arrival of the F-35s. John has received the Air Force Commendation Medal, Air Force Achievement Medal, and received multiple ribbons and awards from the Vermont National Guard. John earned his bachelor's degree in software engineering and a master's in executive leadership, both from Champlain College. He has lived in Essex Junction since 2013. He has a son, Riker, who is a sophomore at Essex High School and plays football and lacrosse. He lives here with his partner, Amy, and her 2 children, Kirsten and Mason. John has been a leader, mentor, and advisor to enlisted personnel and served our country for 32 years. He has demonstrated a commitment and made a significant contribution to the defense sector, both as a civilian and enlisted member. Would you please rise and join me in celebrating our first Grand Marshal for the 2025 Essex Memorial Day Parade, Chief Master Sergeant John Brownell.
Next, we would like to honor our second Grand Marshal, Lieutenant Colonel retired Roger Jury. Roger, would you please come forward? Lieutenant Colonel retired Roger Drury grew up in Essex Junction and attended Essex High School. During his junior year, he joined the Vermont Army National Guard. After high school, he completed the Army Combat Medic School at Fort Sam Houston. He served for 6 years with the 3rd Battalion, 172nd Infantry, until he graduated from the Infantry Officer's Basic Course and was then selected for and graduated from flight school in Fort Rucker, Alabama. In 1994, Roger became full-time with the Vermont Army National Guard. Over the next 27 years, he held dozens of varying roles, including battalion commander, deputy commander at the Regiment Training Institute, and helicopter pilot. At the time of his retirement, he was a mobilization readiness officer. Roger was deployed to Afghanistan with Task Force Mountain for a year as embedded trainer with the Afghan Army, and after being back for a year, was then deployed for another year for Operation Iraqi Freedom as command of the 86th Medical Company. Roger has graduated from many schools and courses, including the Army Command and General Staff College's intermediate level education course, the Medical Logistics Officer course, and the Army Mountain Warfare School. He has nearly a dozen awards and decorations, including Legion of Merit and the Army Master Aviator Badge, earned when he was a Medivac helicopter pilot. Today, Roger works for the Department of Army Civilian ROTC program at the University of Vermont. He and his wife, Sandy, have 3 sons in 7th, 10th, and 11th grade. Roger serves as a board member on the Essex Junction Cemetery Association. He is a not-so-avid hunter, beekeeper, and maple sugar maker. Roger was an active member of the Vermont Army National Guard for 36 years. He has protected us at home and abroad and continues today to grow and train young officers of the future. Would you please rise and join me in celebrating our 2nd Grand Marshal for the 2025 Essex Memorial Day Parade, Lieutenant Colonel retired Roger Drury. We are presenting Roger with an encased American flag.
Next, we'd like to honor our 3rd Grand Marshal, Staff Sergeant Marlon Verasami. Marlon? Staff Sergeant Marlon Verasami was born in Boston. At the age of 19, he attended basic training at Lackland Air Force Base in Texas. He went on to Fort Bragg, North Carolina, and joined the 82nd Airborne with the United States Air Force as a meteorologist. As a military meteorologist, Marlon served as a weather specialist for ground support for missions, unmanned air vehicles, and briefed fighter pilots on weather conditions and their potential impact on operations. Although he was in the Air Force, he mostly worked with the Army to complete their missions and successfully bring in helicopters for evacuations. During his 18 years of service, Marlon traveled far and wide. He has been deployed to Africa, Central America, the Caribbean, Germany, and Bosnia. When he was based out of South Carolina, he was twice deployed to the Middle East. And when he was based out of Washington State, he was twice deployed to Iraq. Marlon has received many decorations and awards, including the Army Commendation Medal, Iraq Campaign Medal, and Global War on Terrorism Service Medal. Upon retirement from the Air Force, Marlon began working for the National Weather Service. He spent 4 years in Hawaii and took a promotion in 2015 to work in Vermont as the Observing Program Leader, managing weather operation programs, and ensuring the quality and timely collection of data. He has been married to his wife Carmen for 27 years and has a daughter, Jordan, who is 21. Marlon enjoys being back on the East Coast so he can travel to Boston and see his mom. He has served on the Essex Westford School Board for the past 4 years and is currently the vice chair. Marlon likes basketball, baseball, and football. He appreciates being outdoors and loves traveling around Vermont. For 18 years, Marlon traveled the world providing vital information to our military so that missions would be successful and personnel would be safe. Would you please rise and join me in celebrating our 3rd Grand Marshal for the 2025 Memorial Day Parade, Staff Sergeant Marlon Verasami. Marla was also presented with an encased American flag. Thank you, everyone. Next, for a reflection on Memorial Day, I would like to welcome First Sergeant Max Rooney of the Army Mountain Warfare School.
Good morning and welcome. My name is First Sergeant Max Rooney of the Army Mountain Warfare School from Jericho, Vermont. I would first like to thank the individuals and organizations that put in the countless hours planning this event to bring our community together. I was born in Vermont to a grandson of a World War II veteran who survived the Omaha Beach invasion in Normandy, France, a father that served in Vietnam in the 1st Air Cavalry, and to a brother that enlisted in the Army the moment the Gulf War broke out in 1990. As for me, military service would have to wait. I was 26 years old, married with 2 children, working here in Essex at the IBM facility when the 9/11 attacks took place. I volunteered for service with the Vermont National Guard, deployed to Iraq in 2005, and since have made a career in the military. But this weekend is not about me, my family, or service members like us. The nation has given a day for those who served, survived, and came home. We are recognized every November 11th on Veterans Day. This weekend is meant to remember and honor those that made the ultimate sacrifice while serving their nation. People just like us, with families, loved ones, goals, hopes, and dreams. In Virginia, the Arlington National Cemetery is the final resting place for hundreds of thousands of veterans. Veterans with different genders, ethnicity, beliefs, faiths, and political views. Yet they rest there together because they had one thing in common: service to the people of the United States of America. They have accomplished in death what we struggle to do in life. They have unified. But they all have their own story to be told about who they were and what their service meant to them. Where many volunteered, some were drafted. Many were brave and proud, where some were scared, confused, or even conflicted. But they all served. Some lost their lives on ships or in planes before they ever reached their first battlefield, while others survived multiple combat tours only to be taken just days before they were to return home. But they all served. They served you and I, and they all left an empty chair at someone's table. Today I ask that we enjoy this beautiful event and our time together as a community. I hope we can spend this weekend enjoying what we have and who we have to share it with. Most of all, I hope we can take the time to remember the lost service members and their families for their sacrifice. They are the true reason we are here together today. Let's enjoy parade. Thank you.
And now, singing God Bless America, here is Gary Morrow.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Thank you, Gary. Welcome everybody to the 38th Annual Essex Memorial Day Parade. It's great to see you all. Hopefully we'll brave the weather. The heavy rain will hold off until we're done and we're all back home. The annual theme of today's parade is All Gave Some and Some Gave All.
Today's parade is going to feature over 60 participants, 12 divisions, including fire trucks, marching bands, scout units, dance troops, mascots, tractors, cycle units, and of course, a lot more.
And we're also, for the first time, live streaming our parade on Facebook. So if you're gonna be here all morning, there's Bethany, our Facebook streamer. You can watch it from home. You can let your family know who didn't come today that they can watch it on Facebook Live right now. And if you brought a non-perishable food donation to the parade, look for collectors from Matt Lumsden Real Estate who are sponsoring a Stuff a Truck food drive to benefit Aunt Dot's. The truck will be coming through the Essex Rotary Division, and some Rotarians will be assisting with the pickups.
Special thanks I want to give to the City of Essex Junction Public Works crew who set up 5 corners, hung up the American flags around town. You'll see the trucks down the way there. The road's a little more open than you've seen in the past, so gives you a lot of time, gives you a lot of space to go. You can grab a sandwich, maybe a croissant while you're down here also watching the parade, okay?
The line at boxcars long, but it moves really quickly. And special thanks to the Essex Police Department and the Essex Junction Fire Department for coordinating traffic and keeping our streets safe.
For many local individuals, businesses, and the City of Essex Junction, you know, they make financial contributions to help make this parade possible, and we want to thank them.
You know, the parade has been sponsored by Essex Junction and Essex businesses for the entire life of the parade. The entire business community has really supported it all this time, and the city and town as well, so we're really very lucky to be able to have such a fabulous parade. One of the 2 largest Memorial Day parades in all of Vermont.
Worth coming out for even on a, well, kind of, you know, rainy day. The Lions and VFW were responsible for building the Veterans Memorial Park that you see right over here to my right. It's a beautiful park, and I encourage you, if you have not come over and looked at it, to take a moment, come over and see this wonderful memorial.
And one of the best things about today also is the Brownell Library annual book sale. Today it's happening in the pavilion on the front lawn of the library. Hi everybody at the Brownell. So I hope you brought a bag. They've got bags for you, and that will be happening today, library book sale from 10 till 12. And I bet you by the end there'll be some very special deals. They'll keep us posted. Thanks for being here, folks.
See, they're kind of hidden in the dark.
I know. Yeah.
This and
That's why
that.
you see me with the flash, because I need to boost it.
So the parade has kicked off, and we're just waiting for it to get to crest the hill, and so that we can start seeing our floats coming. We're going to be seeing a lot of people from lots of different bands from across Vermont. We're going to be seeing some local politicians, because they're always in the parade. And we're going to see some fire trucks, some awesome tractors, and we'll probably, if we're lucky, see the Shriner cars.
You know, I got a picture from our friend Tim Miller, so if you don't know, Elaine and I are on the Essex Junction City Council, and Tim Miller is also on the City Council. He sent me a picture this morning of the fire truck that he's going to be driving. He's like a kid in a candy store this morning. There's going to be lights and sound and everything. It's going to be great.
Who doesn't want a free ride on a fire truck?
I know,
When it's off duty.
Wouldn't that be great? I would love to do that. Yeah, you can't do that anymore.
Well, Well, folks, if you're waiting, while we're waiting for the parade to start, you can definitely check out the book sale at the Brownell Library. Around the corner, in front of the fire department, there is a booth with cotton candy and toys. And can anybody let me know if the VFW is doing a breakfast this morning or a lunch? Do we have a chicken lunch happening?
Sure, they're doing something.
VFW right around the corner up near the expo. So there's plenty to do at Essex Junction while you're here today.
Right down Park Street, there is our Boxcar Cafe. It's a gem of the city. You've also got, of course, Martone's right down Main Street here.
Best sandwiches in Vermont.
Big as your head. You got Mexicuban, this beautiful little new place here, right on the trailer right here. Check it out. You got Firebird Cafe. Lots of great food, drink, whatever you want while you're here in the city. Enjoy your time. Hopefully, we got to get a little change. Okay. But while you're here, enjoy yourselves. If you have any questions about food, just feel free to come ask me. I know where it's at.
Now, you might have noticed a lot of construction stuff happening and right in front of Lincoln Hall here. So over the last many months, the inside of Lincoln Hall has been getting renovated. This building is well over 100 years old, and we had the exterior renovated probably about 8 or 9 years ago. It looks beautiful on the outside, and soon we will be able to be inside to see the new renovations, making space for the staff. We put an elevator in for accessibility, and it's just going to be a really nice, much better space than it was. So that's why you're seeing those construction fences behind the Lincoln Hall and by the fire department. And it'll be absolutely beautiful when it's done. We'll have an open house, everyone can come check it out.
Yeah. This building, if you didn't know, is actually 4 buildings in one. And we managed to get a tour while everything was kind of stripped out inside. It was interesting to see because as old as this building is, on the inside you can see that detail and character that comes from an older building like this, which is one of the reasons why we wanted to maintain it as the gem and center point of the city of Essex Junction. So I'm really happy and thankful to the staff for all the work they've done to make this project happen, and it's continuing. So hopefully, I think this work will be complete in a week, right, Regina? No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. But sometime this year. Okay.
And folks, over there is Regina Mahoney, the city manager at Essex Junction, who's doing a fabulous job running our little city. And we're so happy that she's here. Thank you, Regina. We love you. All right, I see some lights coming. That can only mean one thing, that the Essex Junction Memorial Day Parade has kicked off and it's on its way. And folks, Memorial Day is an extremely important day for our country, for all of us to remember those who have served and who have given the last final measure of devotion in service to their country. And we have 2 very important anniversaries this year in 2025.
This year is the 50th anniversary of the end of the Vietnam War. We'll be talking about that more as the parade approaches. Also this year is the 80th anniversary of the end of World War II. We'll be talking more about that as the parade comes down. So it's quite an occasion, and I will say this is the day too that I, myself, being part of the United States Air Force, a long time ago now, but today's when that pride starts to well up in my throat, and I hope for those of you who served, I hope you're experiencing similar fashion, but I hope you just take that in pride that, you know what, this is an amazing day to celebrate those who unfortunately gave everything in order for us to have moments like these, to be able to come together as communities and celebrate.
You know, Marcus, probably a lot of different people here in the audience today have family members who have served. My father served in World War II, my brother served in Vietnam. You know, a lot of us were fortunate enough to have our family members return after service, and a lot of us don't have that option. And just want to remember those families who have lost a loved one in service to our country. and to thank them for their resilience and for their dedication on the home front as their loved ones are far away defending our freedoms. If you haven't already gotten your seat, now would be a good time to get your seat because the caisson starting off the parade is just about here, and we'll start seeing some floats after that.
Trying to get
We'll meet
higher.
our marshals again. So if you haven't already, time to take your seats. And you know, Marcus is really filled in. The weather's holding off, and there's a lot of people here. So I'm really happy we have a big crowd for today.
This is really working out really nice. You know, I was thinking about this morning. In the history of the Memorial Day Parade, there have been rainy days, but often when the parade starts, the rain sets the sun. It's amazing. So, hey, we'll take it.
That's right. I'm sure there'll be lots of people walking the edges of the parade as well, handing out candy, tossing candy. So make sure you pull your feet in when folks come by. And if you need to cross the street, make sure you do so between floats.
And if anybody catches a Twizzler they don't want, I'll take it from you.
So for those of you who are waiting for the caisson to come, the caisson is a unattended coffin. Is that correct? Memorializing the dead and wounded of their service. And in fact, the first time a bridal was carried or caisson was used was during the funeral of President Abraham Lincoln. Is that correct? Yeah. So it's a solemn recognition of the lives that were given in defense of our country. And some beautiful horses pulling that caisson.
Well, I'm starting to hear the sound of the bands.
Yes.
They're coming. I want to thank our very own Essex Police Department, who you'll see right there at the front of the parade as well. Again, serving our community so well each and every day. We want to really appreciate them as they're a key and integral part of this whole parade process.
I can hear some bells coming. And of course, the parade is being led initially by a representative from the Essex Police Department. Thank you for keeping us on pace and for keeping our streets safe.
This year, our Memorial Day Parade holds special significance as we mark the 50th anniversary of the end of the Vietnam War. From 1955 to 1975, the Vietnam War was a deeply divisive and tragic chapter in American history, claiming the lives of over 58,000 U.S. servicemen and women. As we gather this Memorial Day to honor all those who served and sacrificed, we reflect on the lasting impact of the Vietnam War. Recognizing the bravery of veterans and the resilience of their families, join us in paying tribute to the fallen, the heroes who returned home, and the lessons learned as we honor their sacrifices and the freedom we hold dear.
This year, as we gather for our Memorial Day Parade, we pause to honor the 80th anniversary of the end of World War II. From 1939 to 1945, the world was plunged into the deadliest conflict in history, with an estimated 70 million lives lost. both military and civilian. Among those were over 400,000 American soldiers who made the ultimate sacrifice. With courage, sacrifice, and unbreakable resolve, Allied forces triumphed over Axis powers, bringing an end to a war that reshaped the globe. As we remember the fallen and celebrate the heroes of this war, we also reflect on the enduring legacy of freedom and peace they fought to preserve. Join us as we pay tribute to the veterans, the lives lost, and the ongoing spirit of unity that defines our nation.
Today's caisson is being pulled by horses and driven by staff from the Kingdom's horse-drawn wagon and sleigh rides. Thank you so much for helping us out today, during our parade.
Our banner today is being carried by cheerleaders from Essex High School. Thank you for being here. We'll see them throughout the parade route. The Vermont Civil War Hemlocks honor the soldiers of the Civil War. This year they are featuring 3 Civil War cannon, complete with limbers. This is the same type of cannon the 1st Vermont Light Artillery used in the Civil War. Look at those cannon. Those are beautiful. Light Battery Vermont volunteers, thank you for being here today.
Following behind the cannon, you'll see Goss Dodge, proud to be the official sponsor and helping Grand Marshal be the Grand Marshal vehicle of this year's Essex Memorial Day Parade. We want to thank them for buying these vehicles today for our Grand Marshal.
Lieutenant Colonel retired Chief Master Sergeant John Brownell is being driven in a Goss Dodge 2025 Dodge Durango. John has been a leader, mentor, and advisor to enlisted personnel and served our country for 32 years. Congratulations and thank you for your service, John.
Lieutenant Colonel retired Robert Brewer, being driven by the Goss Dodge 2025 Ram 1500. And then Staff Sergeant Arnold Bersani, driven in that Goss Dodge 2025 Jeep Wrangler Agility.
And the City of Essex Junction and Town of Essex. Delegation from the House of Representatives. We thank them for being here. Representatives Lori Houghton, Perry Nolan, Ray Garofano, Alyssa Black, and Leah Moradon.
This banner from VFW Post 6689 Essex Junction, we want to thank them because they serve all Vermonters, provide assistance to help enrich their lives. They offer a place to go to meet other veterans, share stories, enjoy camaraderie, and of course they're a proud sponsor of youth organizations within our community. Thank you so much. Here it comes. to respond to diversity, mediation, ground service, youth development and promotion of air, space, and cyberpower.
The Essex VFW's Poppy Princess is here. Welcome.
That's a working princess, she'd rather walk.
That's right.
That's nice.
The woman of the people.
Next comes the Combat Veterans Motorcycle Association, which are veterans from all military branches who have served in combat, enjoy brotherhood and riding motorcycles. Raise funds and materials to help active former service personnel in need. Their motto is Veterans Helping Veterans. Rain, it's always a nice day to run. I like it.
And here comes the American Legion Post 91 from Colchester. American Legion Post 91 Colchester is honored to participate in supporting all of our active, deployed, and retired veterans. They bow their heads to our veterans who have passed on and to our veterans that gave all to our country. Let's be careful with throwing the candy so the kids aren't running right out into the street. Got a little enthusiastic traffic jam happening in the parade right now. This is great. Gives us more time to look at all the floats.
Who's talking? She's over there.
Thank you, VFW from Colchester. That float had Jolly Ranchers. Combat veterans, thank you. Are you with Colchester Ed? Josh's house, all right. Josh's house is an all-inclusive wellness and recreation center for veterans, for current service members, and their families to share a meal, talk, work out, and much more. You can visit them at 40th and Allen. Thank you, Vietnam veterans and combat support group members. Josh Colada Fund and Josh's house. Thank you.
We got to thank them so much for the effort that they do to help the veterans and active in the military all the time. Please go to joshcoladafund.org and find out more about the backstory and find out how, if you're in the service or if you know a service member, you can help get them support. This Vietnam era Jeep is a 1965 M151A1 quarter-ton military utility tactical truck or MUT. The M151 series served U.S. troops up until the mid-1980s. It was utilized in over 100 friendly countries, and some still use them in service today. Here comes the Essex Junction Fire Department. Thank you so much.
Chief Laborio in the front car. The Essex Junction Fire Department is proud to serve Essex Junction and aid neighboring communities. They honor and thank all those who serve and who have served our country. Thanks, guys. You're the best.
And I believe I warned everybody about the upcoming driver.
There's some pretty mighty nice fire trucks right here. I'll tell you
That is
about it
nice.
myself. Thanks, guys, for all you do for keeping us safe. And the ladder truck, here it comes. Boy, it's got a spinning light going. It's a real special occasion when the spinning light goes.
It's a hypnotizer.
And there's City Councilor Tim Miller in the driver's seat.
Clear the roads for that guy.
That was the beauty of a fire truck, gotta say.
The banner here is from the Essex Junction Lions Club. They're a longtime supporter of the Essex Junction Memorial Day Parade. It plays an active charitable role right here in our community. I want to thank you very much.
We would not be able to hold this parade without all the sponsors that are on the banners or sponsoring each division of the parade, so we really thank them.
Since 1947, the Essex Junction Lions have served the community by assisting with eyeglass and hearing aid requests and vision screenings. Their core service areas are diabetes awareness, environment, hunger relief, pediatric cancer, and vision. Oh, bubbles!
I got bubbles. You know, the Lions Club is responsible for this excellent memorial behind us, our fountain, and those are memorials to all of the soldiers and veterans who fought in wars in the Essex community. We really thank them.
Here's my friends from Star 92.9. Hi, Mary. Leslie, what's up? And the lead. Very nice. Hey, what's up, little crew? Got the whole crew out today. Love it. Provide safe, inclusive, and nurturing spaces where every child can thrive. Love the program. Thank you so much.
Marcus, all three of my kids, they are completing school and their school camps. We are so lucky to have a program like that.
Check out this 1990 Chevy Silverado.
That's a beauty.
Ah, that's a classic. Nice. Bob, go ahead. Bob Bishop's 1990 Chevy Silverado, which he bought new. The truck has never been driven in winter. It is driven very little, mostly in parades. It also has been at the Champlain Valley Fair. This is a cared for truck right there.
Here's the Cub Scouts Pack 630 and Pack 635. Great to see you guys. They honor our fallen heroes this Memorial Day, showing respect, patriotism, and service as they grow into tomorrow's leaders. Let's salute these young scouts as they pass the reviewing stand. Great to see you guys. And another bike brigade coming up behind, Pack 630, Pack 635. Great to see y'all.
Where are my lions? Let me hear your roar. 1, 2, 3.
Oh!
I tell you that.
Now here comes the big kids, the Mount Sinai Cycle Unit number 3. They're proud to present its group of riders performing precision maneuvers on motorcycles. Our mascot, the Fez, wearing a giant teddy bear, will be escorted through the parade. We're supporters of Shriner Hospitals and so proud of all of you to join us today and the great work that you do. Thank you so much for being here. Just some big kids on bikes.
fire trucks. The men and women of the Essex Fire Department are privileged to celebrate all those who have served and all who are serving this great nation. Thank you, Essex Town Fire Department. It's wonderful to see your neighbors and friends at the parade. This is what our community is all about.
John, good to see you.
Thank you, folks.
Gotta thank the town of Essex, because look, in times of need, we come to each other's aid.
They are there.
Our
for
fire
us.
department can go there, their fire department comes to us. Whenever we need to be, they are there when the call is made.
Mutual aid is so important, and we share a service with the Town of Essex Fire Department, with the Williston Fire Department, Jericho. Everyone comes together to protect each other. There's a lot of room in that truck. We put a lot of people in there. There's the pumper truck.
Yeah, I like it.
My car is never that clean.
I know the feeling. So, on a hot day, I can imagine you can really feel this up. Thank you so much. Great to see you.
And a first responder touch a truck is coming up. There's a QR code on the pumper truck here. You can check out when you can do touch a truck with the Essex Fire Department.
This is the Essex Rotary Club of Essex. They're celebrating 60 years of service this year. Their mission to provide service to others through their fellowship of business professionals, community leaders. This year's motto is Unite for Good.
And here's Matt Lumsden Real Estate with their food drive. Thank you guys for doing this. Matt Lumsden Real Estate, Essex Rotary, thank the brave men and women who made the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom. Thank you to those donating to the Memorial Day food drive, which benefits our community living in food insecurity. So if you've got food along the parade route, you hand it off to the folks from Lumsden Real
Scott,
Estate.
good to see you.
They're going to take it to Aunt Dot's house. There's going to be extra food for the folks that need in our community. And here comes one of the highlights of the parade. Welcome, Commodores.
Commodore Union High School Baby proudly represents Virginia Territory, Addison, and Waltham in honoring our service members who have made the ultimate sacrifice in service to our nation. And here comes the University of Vermont Children's Hospital. I want to thank all of the women and men that have and are providing service to our country. Thank you so much. I can't thank that group enough for Monkey Soup Kids. Whew.
Same here.
Struggle birds. And thank God for them. Great to see you. Thank you. And this truck, this is an amazing truck, giving really urgent care, critical support for individuals, for young ones, just to have that on one truck, to be able to transport people in need of that critical care, that is a very special truck.
Pretty amazing. All right, here's our friends from the Blue Spruce Range. The mission of the Blue Spruce Range is to promote agricultural, environmental, and legislative interests, to be of service to the community and strengthen family ties and be a welcoming and supportive community all while having fun.
I love that quilt.
Great
That
to
is a
see
beautiful
y'all.
quilt. Thank you so much.
Easter sing. And here are our friends from Essex Rescue. Essex Rescue is a combination volunteer and career nonprofit ambulance service that has proudly served Essex and surrounding communities since 1971. They are honored to be here today to salute our country's servicemen and women. And you know, Essex Rescue operates largely on contributions from the folks they serve, as well as from taxpayers. So any support folks can provide Essex Rescue is much appreciated. East Rise Credit Union provides financial solutions and services to nearly 170,000 people and local businesses. Thank you for sponsoring.
Oh yeah, 101 The Wolf, 101.3 The Wolf, Bobby Barnes, weekday morning, everything country all day long. 101.3 The Wolf salutes the brave men and women of the military along with their families and honors the lives of loved ones lost in the service to our country. God bless our country. 101.3 The Wolf.
Here come the dogs! Burlington Emergency and Veterinary Specialists. The staff of Burlington Emergency and Veterinary Specialists and their furry friends are here to honor the country's servicemen and women, supporting the pet owners of Vermont since 1999. Hello, friends.
That's when it's hard to do this job right now because I just want to pet the dog.
I know, I hate to play the dog.
Here comes the Burlington Elks Lodge. Really appreciate your service to our community. The Elks is a fraternal organization whose members invest in their communities through programs that help children grow healthy and drug-free, meet the needs of today's veterans, and support local charities. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Marcus.
Thank you. Great to see you.
Getting a little ahead of yourself there in that little car. The first warning weather lab is in attendance today, representing NBC5. Meteorologist Andrew Gretzky is driving the lab, and you can get the latest news and weather updates by tuning into NBC5 or online at mynbc5.com. Thanks for being here. Thanks for holding off the rain. This is awesome. That's how important this parade is to us. Yes, NBC5. Make sure it didn't rain.
And as you're going to start seeing the Mount Sinai #3 Motor Corps, they ride so that children can walk. Shriners, children, love to the rescue.
It's a little car. This is the best part. This just goes to show that even when you're an adult, you still want to drive around and do a little over.
Just being an adult doesn't mean you can't be a kid. This is the way. They don't look like they're having any fun at all. And following up, right after this, you're going to see some more fire trucks.
We are talking about mutual aid, and our friends in Williston provide mutual aid.
We're happy to welcome our friends from the Williston Fire Department. The Williston Fire Department works side by side with the Essex Fire and Rescue Departments, answering both fire and emergency medical response. It's so great, and again, thanks so much to our our neighbors for the mutual aid and the assistance we get all the time.
And Next division of the parade is sponsored by Maplehurst Florist, which is right behind the Brown Hall Library, and they've been in business here since 1943. And the banner is carried by two guys from the Essex Chargers and the Essex Hornets. Thanks. Radio amateurs of Northern Vermont promotes amateur radio and public service in our area. Their members are serving as parade marshals and provide key communications for the safe and efficient running of today's parade. You can contact them at ranv.org. We've got radio folks all up and down the parade route, keeping us posted on how fast or how slow the parade is going. How cool is that?
Okay, you know what those dots and dashes mean, right? Yeah, I forgot to.
No idea what that means.
I remember you told us a kid, I forgot by now. I gotta refresh my memory. Coming down, this is the Catamount Pipe Band. They're performing with other traditional dances, crafts, and stories of the Vermont Island Games on June 14th in Greensboro, Vermont. More information is available at bccelticparks.org. Break the family, have fun.
And hi from the friendly tow guys at Thompson Towing. They are here for assistance 24/7, towing, lockouts, and tire changes, out of gas calls, and those emergency assistance calls and accidents.
Is everyone having fun so far? Yeah? Woo! Time for some Charger football. The Essex Chargers youth football team program operates for the benefit of youth in the Essex area. Their objectives are to provide youth the opportunity to play football and fun in a positive and safe environment. Charger football, baby.
Let's go Chargers! And here comes Essex High School football. All right. Lots of little Chargers are going to grow up to be big Chargers, winning teams. I'm not used to can't Marcus. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. I'll make up for it.
Here's the Underhill Jericho Fire Department supporting all of those who have served and sacrificed. Thanks, guys. Great to see you today.
A.W. Rich Funeral Home is proud to be a supporter of the Essex Memorial Day Parade. They're on 8th Street in Essex Junction, offer funeral, memorial, burial, and celebration services, as well as cremation options. We can thank them for sponsoring today's parade.
And they're followed by Catamount Realty Group. Our debts to heroic men and women in the service of our country can never be repaid. They have earned our undying gratitude, and America will never forget their sacrifices. Another Essex team coming down the road here.
This is Essex Youth Hockey, and they have built a program that demonstrates a commitment to making hockey accessible for all, which now includes 314 players across 16 teams. Season highlights include 3 state championships, 10 girls, 12 girls, and 12 for co-ed.
Amazing. That's a lot of morning ice time right there. And here comes the Zamboni. Who doesn't like a Zamboni?
That's the best one yet. I love it.
Nice. Only the coolest people get to try the Zamboni. Here comes Photo Booth Planet. Photo Booth Planet CW Photo Bus helps make memories at special events. The freedom to create memories with friends and family are what so many have sacrificed for us to have. Photo Booth Planet is proud to base right here in Essex. What a great idea! That is one sweet little man.
Here comes Girl Scout Troop 58854. And the Girl Scout Troop 30187. The Girl Scouts of the Green Mountains and White Mountains are proud to have Troop 58854 walking today along with Troop 3187. Troop 58854 is based out of Essex and encourages all of its members to have fun and friendship, make the world a better place. Troop 3187 is based out of South Burlington with members from all surrounding areas.
Girl Scouts is such an important thing. Both of my daughters are girls.
Did you notice Fred Luck in the golf cart?
Yeah.
Throwing out for Essex Park and Rec. There he is, throwing out some more candy.
And here's the folks from the Essex Junction Grand Buffet. They have been a cherished part of our neighborhood for nearly 15 years. They're honored to join the Memorial Day Parade to celebrate our heroes and give back to the community that supported them for so long. Thank you, Grand Buffet. It's a favorite time.
I can't get enough of that shrimp with the garlic
Oh,
shrimp.
yeah. Good stuff.
Now here comes our friends from the Vermont Gatherings, premier producer of unique shows and festivals right here in the state, such as the Vermont Renaissance Fair, Winter Fair, and the Vermont Holiday Market, all held at the Champlain Valley Expo. You can find info at btgatherings.com. btgatherings.com.
So many opportunities to cosplay in the state because of these folks.
Yeah.
So many cool events happening at the expo that Vermont Gatherings puts on. Multiple opportunities for costume wear.
Everybody in my family now has a costume to go to Ren Fair. I'm still trying to get mine together.
And here's the Chittenden County Sheriff's Office, represented by Sergeant Ryan Welch. Daniel Ganlin is a sheriff for Chittenden County.
Next division is led by the Essex Savings. We want to thank their sponsorship. They've been in business here in Essex since 1972. Operated by local people providing superior service for their insured. They provide insurance coverage for all auto and business.
And buried in the Underhill Cemetery, Hanford's goal is to keep the history of music alive. I love your career.
comes Ann Whiting with her dancing partner, Walter Matha.
There was some moves, Dan. Here's what Walter can do. Wonderful.
And now we're joined by the Essex Community Historical Society, who salutes all who have sacrificed their lives for our country. Visit their museum to see displays of the Revolutionary War, General Lafayette's farewell tour, World War II, and the Vietnam War. Did you know that this year is the 250th anniversary of General Lafayette's visit to Vermont, which is the United States, his final visit? And the Essex Historical Society is going to be having some events this June, along with the Vermont Historical Society, to celebrate General Lafayette's visit to our country.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much for that.
Every town you go to, every state you go to in the country, there's a Lafayette Square, there's a Lafayette Street.
Right.
General Lafayette was a big deal. Not a lot of people remember who he might have been, but it was a very important aide to General Washington.
And obviously now I need to go to see this event because of the fact that I need to learn more.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm
You
gonna
go
go
to the Farnsworth Museum up at by the Essex Free Library to see the Essex Historical Society's displays. Thank you so much, Essex Historical Society. Nice timeline on their float, the start of the Revolutionary War all the way to D-Day. Thank you, Ann Gray. Good to see you.
Whether you're residents of Essex Junction or Essex, you should visit. Hey, look, even if you're not, you should visit. This is the place to go if you want to know the history of these two wonderful communities. Lawrence Family Farm is proud to provide local raised English beef, lamb, and pork for Essex and surrounding communities since 2018. That select board member Ethan Lawrence, they're driving the tractor
Hello,
in the
Ethan.
town of Essex.
Your local government is also part of your community. All right, Vermont Kin as parents. Big Vermont love for Vermont Kin as parents. These local heroes support our amazing relative caregivers, grandparents, aunts, uncles, you name it. They're here to listen and to help you every step of the way. Thank you, Vermont Kin as parents.
Now this next one is just for me. He's making it delivered to me. Coke Branches Northeast, get your crew together because Sheriff Coke is back. Find all your friends' names and nicknames on limited edition Coca-Cola products. Grab one for everyone in the squad. Don't miss your chance to share a Coke. Hey, where's my Coke? Don't take my Coke away. I want my orange melon.
You know, I'm going to go to Hanford after this, and I'm going to see if I can find a Coke can with the lane written. That's what I think that means.
I think that's exactly what you should do. I tried to look for my name the other day, and all I found was Bruh. My name is not Bruh.
Good. This division is sponsored by the Champlain Valley Exposition. They promote agriculture, education, arts, and culture, commerce, and entertainment activities, including the 10 best days of the year, the Champlain Valley Fair, starting August 22nd. The Expo is also a proud supporter of the parade as a sponsor and host to the staging area for all of today's participants. The Expo, there is no end to the stuff that the Expo does for the city of Essex Junction. We're really happy to have them as part of our team of doing all the things that we do, including this parade.
Call the Whale, proud to be a small, local, family-owned business. This Memorial Day, they salute the brave men and women who have served our country for all your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs. Call the Whale. Visit them at callthewhale.com.
Call the Whale, Marcus.
I need to. I have needs.
We are all going to remember now. Leaky toilet, call the Whale.
That's right.
There's your Coke. They've got all the Coke bottles right there.
There's my Cokes.
Also love the points of the rings. I've seen those before. Very cool.
Yeah, I like it. What a great wrap. That's a way to get a brand out there. Well done. There's Ava Lovely, Miss Chittenden County team. I want to thank the Miss Vermont Scholarship Organization. Congratulations, Essex owns Emma Danaher. Sorry, my apologies. Emma Danaher. Emma was crowned Miss Vermont teen earlier this month. She will compete for the title of Miss America's teen in Orlando in September. Congratulations to Emma.
And here we are with Charlotte Case Boutique, honored to take part in this year's Memorial Day Parade. Heartfelt gratitude. They remember those who gave their lives in service. Find them in the town marketplace or at charlottecaseboutique.com. Welcome to City Councilor Tim Miller, but we can't do any business here in open forum. Gotta be careful.
Yes. Vermont Ravens semi-pro football team. Football! The football team is ready to take our country to 7-7 win. They're going to see at their home games throughout the summer on Sunday the North National. Check them out at VermontRavens.com or on Facebook.
And our next video is produced by Vermont and Don And right now we're seeing Reynolds Empty Farm Tractors. A 1946 John Deere A, driven by Cindy Reynolds. A 1939 Farmall F-20, driven by Carl Dupont. A 1952 Ford 8N, driven by Mitchell Boyer, pulling an 1898 5-horsepower Avalon engine built in Westchester Station, Vermont. Look at that. That is so great. It's the Democrats. Members of the Chittenden County Democrats and the Vermont Democratic Party who work hard to support Democrats who serve your community at all levels. Some of them are marching here today. Your local towns are looking for new members this fall. Hello, Democrats! And we're also joined today by Attorney General Charity Clark. She first took office in 2023. She focused on protecting these Americans and Vermont's children and our environment, holding big industry accountable for bad acts, and upholding the rule of law and our Constitution. Thank you, Attorney General Clark.
Here comes the Chittenden County GOP, Federation of Republican Women. Coming out. Chittenden County GOP and Vermont Federation of Republican Women honor those who have given their lives in service to our nation. Their float features Vietnam Women's Memorial Statue. over 1,000 courageous winners of the Revolutionary War who today gave their lives for our nation.
Well, that's a lovely quote. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you. Great to see you. Thanks for coming out.
That's great.
What's up? The Vermont Automobile Enthusiasts are right here. They're a 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to preserving vintage vehicles, educating the public, and promoting automobile technology education.
Oh, that's a beautiful.
That is gorgeous. Yeah.
Hey folks, the folks at the Brownell Library wanted us to let you know that we are at the point of the parade where the books are $1 a bag. You gotta go get yourself a little bag and fill it up with as many books as you can, and it's all for $1. $1 a bag at the Brownell Library book sale.
Did you catch that? I mean, it's $1 a bag for books. That should be a rush to the library right now. I'm telling you, that's what it is. All right, this division coming up is Caitlin Raven's State Farm Insurance, Sun Raven Fire and Security. Caitlin Raven's State Farm Insurance is on Upper Main Street in Essex, provides exceptional service, customer satisfaction for all your insurance needs. Vermont Central Vacuum, specializing in built-in central vacuums for existing and new homes and businesses. And Sunray Fire and Security, specializing in security, fire alarm, and closed-circuit TV needs. Call for free estimates today. All right.
And we also just saw 95 XXX, your home for Burlington and Plattsburgh's hit music with Elvis Duran in the morning, Mel B from 10 to 3 and Kwame 3 to 7. Download the app today.
Here comes the Vermont Vintage ATC Club based out of Milton, Vermont. More adult kids on their little bikes. That was another fun, wonderful parade. I know, I blinked. It was done already. What's going on?
How did that happen? Folks, thank you all so much for coming today. Don't forget, you can go over to the Brownell Library. They're going to be open till noon with their book sale. A buck a bag.
Buck a bag. Not just today, but all week. But
All
you
week
gotta go
long.
there if you want to get the best books. You gotta get there today.
Get there today, because that's the best. They have this fabulous book room in the basement where there's so much more to choose from. Thank you so much for coming out.